this type of camera is, or even how to make one. I had never been asked that until I took photography in high school, and that was one of the first questions that we got asked, because you need to know how the first cameras were made and used before you can figure out how a standard 35mm camera is used. So we made them. So I'm going to talk to you today about how to make a pinhole camera. The first thing that you need to do is collect all of your materials. You need some sort of a box, like a salt box or an oatmeal box, even a shoe box that doesn't let in a lot of light could be used. You also need some aluminum foil, some sort of utility knife, some flat black paint, spray paint, or a standard, put it on with a brush, a needle or a crafting pin, electrical tape, sandpaper, and a ruler. Once you have all that, the only other things you would need would be emulsion paper and a dark room, but that's if you plan on using the camera. The next step is to set up the salt box. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take your ruler and you're going to find the center of whatever type of box. I'm going to use a salt box in mine, but you would take it and find the center, mark it with an X, and then you're going to cut about an inch hole from that spot. Then you're going to cut the top of the box off. You're going to paint the whole thing black inside and out so that there's no surface for light to reflect off of. That's why you need the flat paint instead of a shiny paint. Once you have that done, you're going to set that aside, let it dry, and you can start on your hole. You're going to take the piece of aluminum foil. You're going to poke just a tiniest pinprick in about an inch size of foil, well, maybe 2 inches, just so you have a little bit of extra on the outside. And once you poke the hole through, you're going to take your sandpaper, a fine sandpaper, and you're going to sand the edges off, and then put a little hole again so that you don't see the edges on your picture whenever you take it. Once you do that, you're going to take the electrical tape, you're going to tape it over the hole on the salt box, and then you're going to take an extra little piece of tape to basically make a flap, which is going to be what you lift up to take your picture. And whenever you do that, you'll have to use, it may take you a couple times to get the negative to the right contrast, the black and whites that you would like it, but you're going to lift that little piece of tape up to let the light in to expose your emulsion paper so that you can get a negative like this one or this one. That's what they'll look like whenever you develop them. And then you'll take your negative and you'll put it on top of a blank piece of emulsion paper, and then you'll get the photo when you develop it. So your piece of paper from the box is actually your negative instead of the standard negative you would think of today. And that's how you would make a pinhole